Hello there, people of the internet. I was down at my local gun range with the location that I'm currently at. I'm currently staying inside of a city, right? And I was down at the local range here in the city where most people go to shoot. And I tell you what, I was completely and utterly thrown off guard. Sorry, I have the hiccups. I was completely and utterly thrown off guard by the incredible amount of people that were out there using something either chambered in 223 556 or something chambered in 9 millimeter. Now I'm a reloader. I go around, I collect brass that is unwanted, and I reload it. And I mean, I got my YouTube channel here. Reloading is probably going to be the smartest way to do things. But I tell you what, by a huge margin, I've been out there multiple times now, by a huge, tremendously insane margin, 223/556 and 9 millimeter are the most popular rounds that are being found out there and are being utilized by shooters. 223 and 9 millimeter are being stockpiled by people by an absolutely insane amount in comparison to other cartridges out there. Whenever I was out there, I literally have like a bag, like a trash bag full of brass from just me collecting brass out there, and almost all of it is 223 and 9 millimeter. Occasionally, every now and then, I'll find something in 45 ACP, which I do not have a representation of here. I'll find some 45 ACP, or I might come across some 38 special. But for handgun cartridges, 9 millimeter by a tremendous margin. That's what most people are shooting out there. And for rifle cartridges, 223 556 by a tremendous margin. That's what most people are shooting out there. Occasionally, I'll find some 308 or 7.62 NATO brass out there, and I'll come across somebody who utilizes that cartridge, and that's what they decide to go out there and shoot. But boy, is that not the norm, like at all, at all. So, as far as wanting to get a common cartridge, 223 556 and 9 millimeter, if you're looking to get something that you can find more ammunition for, that seems to be like the go-to cartridge by a tremendous amount, way more than I was expecting. Like me being out there, I was expecting to see all different kinds of calibers. And I mean, I kind of do, but it's not even close to the amount of people that have 223 556 or 9 millimeter. Occasionally, I'll find 308. Once in a blue moon, I'll find some 30-06, somebody out there with 30-06. Occasionally, I'll find 40 and 45 and 38 or 357 Magnum. Those are pretty much interchangeable. But like I said, it doesn't even begin to come close to the amount of people that are utilizing these other cartridges. Now, as a military surplus guy, I'll go out there with my 8 millimeter Mauser or something like that, and there's a lot of people out there who haven't even heard of that cartridge, and that's nuts. Now, granted, these people that are at this gun range, they're out there just, training with their 223 556 and 9 millimeter. They're not exactly gun guys. They just want to be proficient enough with firearms to be able to utilize them in the event that they need to. But yeah, I'll go out there with a rifle like this, and they're like, "What the heck is that thing?" And I'm like, "Oh, 8 millimeter Mauser, bolt action rifle." And they're like, "Holy crap, that is ancient." And I'm like, well, as a military surplus guy, I don't really think so, but I could see how normal people would. Very rarely, although I did see one single instance of this, somebody out there shooting 7.62 by 39. A lot of times whenever people go and talk in my comments in the YouTube channel that I'm running here, people will tell me, hey, 223 556 or 9 millimeter, those are good to go, or those are good go-to cartridges because they're so predominant and all over the place. But every blue moon, I'll have somebody pop in and say, hey, I want 7.62 by 39, because you can still find it out there on the civilian market. Not necessarily talking about going out and getting it at gun stores. We're talking about if you have to go out and gather it. Because if you want to go out and just buy something from a gun store, then If you look hard enough, you can find basically whatever it is that you want. As a matter of fact, my local gun store right now is selling 6.5 Japs, so yeah, it can be found. But in the event that you have to go out and scavenge it, the likelihood of you coming across 7.62 by 39 here in the U.S. is way, 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 way less than I thought it would be. Because, well, it seems to be, like, dramatically overshadowed by 223.556. And the handgun cartridges, I was not expecting, like, as much 9mm as I found. Like, everybody is using 9mm. I had one guy out there who was using a 45, and that is the only instance of somebody that I've seen using a 45 out there. I have gone through the brass out there multiple times, and 9mm, 223, absolutely everywhere. 7.62 by 39, I don't think besides that one time, I don't think I've ever seen it out there. 308, I found that out there a couple of times, but not very often. 30-06, I've only seen once as well. 30-06 has turned into like an antiquated cartridge that is basically only used for hunting purposes. So unless somebody's going out to zero their hunting rifle, I don't really foresee that cartridge showing up much. And then there's me, and I show up with 8mm Mauser, and that's the only 8mm Mauser that's on that ground, I'm willing to bet. Or I'll show up with some obscure caliber that I have to hand load, like this is 8x50 Steyr. That would also be one for the record books out there. I'm willing to bet, like I'd place money that nobody has shot 8x50 Steyr out there yet. I'm probably going to be first on that. Or 7.5 Swiss. It is possible that 7.5 Swiss made its way out there at some point or another. But yeah, all the cartridges that I've listed so far, they're like drops in the bucket. They're drops in the 55-gallon drum whenever it comes to the quantities of ammunition that are being used out there, being 223, 5.56, and 9mm. It is insane how many people, like, I was completely caught off guard. It is insane how many people go to these cartridges instead of going to something else. Now, that makes a lot of sense because I know whenever times are bad and people start panic buying and things get expensive and whatnot, 9mm and 223, 5.56, those are the first things to go. Like, absolute first things to go. Then after that, you get other very common calibers, like 308 tends to go pretty quickly, and 45 ACP tends to go pretty quickly. 38 Special tends to disappear pretty quickly. If things get bad enough, we'll see 7.62 by 39 end up disappearing as well. But besides that, they don't really disappear as quickly as 223, 5.56, and 9mm. But even then, like, I am completely wholeheartedly caught off guard. And I don't know why I'm so caught off guard, because I kind of knew that. I mean, 223 5.56 is the go-to rifle cartridge here in the United States for anything besides, like, hunting purposes. And 9mm is the go-to handgun cartridge. But, oh my god, like, the severe difference between the amounts of these rounds being used out in this public gun range is significant. Like, significantly significant. For the most part, I try to utilize a private gun range. That's my forte. That's what I enjoy. But with my area I'm currently at, I kind of have to go to that public one. But I mean, the amounts of 223, 5.56, like, let's say they're up here, and then everything else is down here. Like, everything, well, 223, 5.56, and 9mm. Like, there are 100 times the amounts out there. It's nuts. Maybe I'll make a video going out there showing off some of the things that I find out there. As a matter of fact, I'll probably end up doing that. This video is not really going to be much value to anybody. I just wanted to go ahead and talk about just how insane it is and how clear of a difference there is in popularity with the 223 and 9mm in comparison to basically everything out there that's on the market. It's not even close. Like, it's really not even close. So yeah, this right here is more of like a reaction video than it is a me providing valuable insight video, because a lot of people, I'm sure, out there basically already knew exactly what it is that I just said. So I think that that's enough reaction for me. I'm just going to say thanks for watching, folks. I am going to go back out to the range and enjoy myself out there because it's a good time, and that's probably what I'm going to be doing with my afternoon. So thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description below has a link to all sorts of stuff. Go check it out. You guys go off. Have yourself a fantastic day. I'll see you guys on the next episode.
Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.